Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is Gilbert Arenas reveals why James Harden is a fraud. So that's the topic I want to get into today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, be sure to check out our Dreamerspro Podcast, which we have in the description below. And also, be sure to check out our Dreamerspro Short Clips channel, which is also in the description below, where we post Dreamerspro Shorts, which is a new thing on YouTube that you guys may want to check out if you're interested. Anyway, let me get back into the topic. Now, first of all, let me acknowledge how controversial this topic sounds when I say Gilbert Arenas reveals why James Harden is a fraud. And let me tell you how much I care whether or not it offends a lot of people. This much. Zero, like Agent 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is how much I care. Zero. Now, Gilbert Arenas, right, was recently on the Shannon Sharp podcast, Shay Shay's Club or something like that. Uncle Shay Shay's Club, I don't remember the name of it, where he spoke about Gilbert Arenas, and I'm going to get to that soundbite in a second. But first of all, let me just say why I say I don't care. I've always said that I never liked the way James Harden scored. I thought James Harden was, first of all, like a Chuck, right? Number one. And number two, the way he scored to me was so lame, right? I know it may offend some people, but I really don't care. It was so lame to me. Why? Because James Harden would literally do one or two of the three same moves over. First of all, James Harden, for a good amount of years, has been allowed to travel. Number one, James Harden's step back shot half of the time is a travel. How the hell is it possible? Can you be dribbling, you stop with the ball in your hand, like just like this, and then you take like 2 or 3 steps to the left while you're holding the ball after you already set up a pivot and shoot? That's a travel. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You can't dribble, stop, hold the ball, and then step back like 3 or 4 times and shoot. That's a travel, number one. But nevertheless, they allow him to get away with this travel. And he would step back and do the same shot over and over and over again while traveling, which is a legal dribble, and then hit the shot. And people are like, oh my God, this guy can really, and you listen to Stephen A. He's one of the most prolific scorers that travels. Right? It's like, what is so amazing about somebody that's breaking the rule, a basic rule that they would not let you get away with in high school, college basketball, but in the pros they allow this move, and I'm supposed to be impressed by it. Why would I be impressed by somebody that keeps taking all these shots over and over again? Secondly, he played for Mike D'Antoni, and that's when his numbers went through the roof. Mike D'Antoni is notorious for having no defense in his philosophy. It's all offense. Remember the 3 seconds or less or 8 seconds or less shooting with Steve Nash that kind of revolutionized basketball. They never won an NBA title. Y'all remember that? Number one. Number two, let's look at how James Harden got his buckets. And this is the reason why I really didn't care much, really. And as I said, some people be offended, and I really don't care. Number one, James Harden last season, let's look at the season where he averaged 36, where some clowns thought, oh, this guy's a better scorer than Kobe. You bugging. You bugging if you believe that. It just shows that anybody that believes that James Harden is a better scorer than Kobe Bryant is a novice at best at basketball. That's what it is. You're a novice. It means you don't understand anything about basketball for you to even think that. Period. End of story. Number one, James Harden averaged 36 points a game, right? Comparing him to Kobe's 35.5 points a game in a league where the Pistons were holding teams to like 80 points per game. Go back and look at the average scoring. Teams weren't even reaching 100 points per game, and this guy averaged 35. But anyway, let's talk about it. The guy averaged 36 points per game, right? He attempted 25 shots, which is cool, right? He shot 44%, which is okay. Do y'all know how many 3-point attempts James Harden averaged a game that season? How many threes? James Harden averaged 13 3-point shots a game. 13! And he made 4.8, making 36%. Let me ask you guys a question. If Jordan averaged 13 3-pointers a game, how many points do you think he would average in his career? 50? And it's 50? 50? Jordan would average about 50 points a game, number one. James Harden, all of his shots, over 50% of his shots are coming from the three. So he's taking more threes, making 4.8, so let's say 5. So obviously he's going to get a lot of points, but it's in a very basic type of way. It's nothing revolutionary about it, number one. Number two, if you're shooting that many shots, first of all, you make yourself predictable. Before I go too far, let's take a listen to the Gilbert Arenas audio of him talking about. Take a listen to this.
The last 4 minutes, when the game counts.
Crunch time game, the last 5 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, that's where James Harden, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, that's where you excel. That's where you get to, okay, the offense, everyone's keyed in on the offense. You use your natural ability to get us buckets.
Right.
Not 48 minutes of it. And that's what the game has turned into, 48 minutes of a one-on-one style. So when I look at how his game is played, I said technically he's the easiest person to guard, but hard to guard because he's perfected this style.
That step back.
But he doesn't know how to backdoor, doesn't know how to flare, doesn't know how to come up with.
In other words, he doesn't do anything without the ball.
He doesn't baseline run. He don't post up. Like you have this great offensive guy who only has one offensive tool: dribble, 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 shoot, dribble, 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 step back, dribble, 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 drive. You don't have you have no complete offensive game where everyone can actually eat.
Now, in that soundbite, Gilbert Arenas is saying what I've been saying for like well over a year. The dude has 2 moves. You dribble, 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 step back. Or you dribble, 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 drive to the basket, either the pass or the lob. That's his 2 moves. Those are his 2 moves. Those are the 2 moves. One of them is illegal that the refs don't even call, right? And the other one is just you dribble and you score. So help me understand, and this is why I said, if you believe that James Harden is a better scorer than Kobe and these other guys, you're a novice at best at basketball. Novice. You're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Let's look at Kobe. Let's look at Jordan. Let's look at Kawhi. Let's look at Durant. How do they score? Kobe can hit a step back 3. Durant does. All of them do it, number 1. Number 2, Durant has a pull-up jump shot. He can go in left or go in right. Kobe, Kawhi, all of them. Have you ever seen James Harden pull up for a jump shot going left or going right? That never, number 1. Number 2, they can post up and shoot fadeaways, right? Now you say, but who cares about a post up if you're going to be scoring 36 points again? That's the novice talking out there. If you post up and you're a good post player, a threat from the post, what happens? Please help me understand. If you understand an iota of basketball, what happens? If you can post and you're a threat in the paint, what happens? You collapse the defense and you cause the defense to swing because you clear out and a defender comes to the guy that's posting, right? Because they know since he's very lethal in the post, he can score one-on-one quite easily. So what does that create? If you're an offensive threat from the post and you can score easily in the post and you can draw a double team, what happens? What happens when you have a double team? It opens up the floor for shooters. Somebody's going to be open, right? If two come to 1, that means one of the other 5, your 5 are free, which opens up for what? A 3. So now you're a threat, but you're getting other people involved. But if all you do is dribble, step back and shoot, help me explain how you're swing. First of all, how's the ball rotating on the offensive side of the floor? And secondly, how's anybody else benefiting on the court with you shooting like that, playing like that? No one benefits. That's the reason why it's all about the impact of your points. Kawhi can average 27 points per game and win a title. James Harden can average 30 and get knocked out in the second round. This is my whole point. You can't compare. You can't say, "Oh, well, he's not even close. He's just a dude." If they started calling traveling on that shot, what other shots does James Harden have, apart from that step back 3? And this is my point. To me, I think is the corniest type of scoring. It's the corniest type of scoring, and I never found it to be interesting. Never ever. And Gilbert Arenas called it for, and that's a basket because there are always these people. Well, Gilbert Arenas, he a hater, and he don't know what he Gilbert Arenas a multiple time All-Star. multiple-time All-Star. Let's look at his highest scoring season in the NBA. Gilbert Arenas averaged 30 points before in the season. 30 points per game. Same James Harden numbers, shooting like 47% from the field, and 44% from the field, and 37% from the three. Right. So I think Gilbert Arenas knows what he's talking about. He's a 20-point per game career scorer for his career. Right. So for me, I'm so happy that James Harden came out and said that because Gilbert Arenas, because I've been thinking this forever. This dude's scoring is corny, is whack, is lame. It does the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's like a one-trick pony. Do something else. Do you have anything else that we can see, please? Instead of this lame dribble, step back, shoot, and prolific score. Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here with that. That joint is lame, and it will never win a title because it doesn't get anybody else involved in that offense. And people get hyped. Oh, he did score 36, but what did that amount to? LeBron averaged 25 and he won a title. So what is the fascination with this 36 points or 30? What does it mean? Nothing. All the other guys can actually play. James Harden can't even play without the ball. I've seen videos talking about Kobe showing people, if you want to learn how to score, learn how to move without the ball. That's how you score. All other great offensive players can move without the ball. All of them. Move, come out, flare up, catch, spin, pivot, shoot. James Harden can never do that. But yet, some people are enamored with this foolishness. So for me, I'm so happy that Gilbert Arenas came out and said that. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you agree with Gilbert Arenas with what he's saying? Or do you take offense to what Gilbert Arenas is saying? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.